Thank you. Thank you. And I share the sentiment, Chairman Carper. We've got a great thing going here communication-wise. I thank your leadership and your partnership for today's hearing to kick off this process, which I think is important to every member. And I think we all tune into what we're going to do on a surface transportation bill. I'd also like to thank our witnesses who are going to be with us remotely today. And we look forward to hearing your perspectives on surface transportation policy and other issues of infrastructure importance to your state. Mr. Chairman, I enjoy our regular conversations on the bill and other important matters before the committee, and I enjoyed your opening statement, particularly talking about, since I serve on Commerce as well, I'm in good position to gig our chairman there, and the other committees that need to be so important. I was really encouraged by the conversation that we had last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago now, with President Biden, Vice President Harris, and Secretary Buttigieg on the importance of what we're talking about today. I think the meeting signified a commitment by the administration to see that this bill becomes a reality, as this is one of my top priorities as our ranking member. It's also about more than just building our infrastructure. This bill can facilitate a recovery from the pandemic that has devastated our communities and wreaked havoc on our communities and our economy. Transportation infrastructure is the platform that can drive economic growth. It's all American jobs right there, right on the ground, now and in the future, and improve the quality of life for everyone on the safety aspects which you so well addressed. I'm optimistic we can deliver that bill before the current extension expires on September 30th, and I noted your commitment to Memorial Day as a good marker. Our committee has a strong track record of developing these bills in a bipartisan manner. Our former chair can attest to that. We passed an excellent bill out of committee 21-0 in 2019 that represented bipartisan consensus on issues such as climate change and expediting project delivery. We can come together and once again use this bipartisan process to develop a bill that includes priorities from both parties. So I know such a process is what you want as well, Mr. Chairman. From my perspective, a surface transportation reauthorization bill must, number one, provide long-term investment in our nation's roads and bridges in a fiscally responsible manner without partisan or lightning rod pay-fors. Of course, that would be over in the Finance Committee that could sink a bill. The last thing we want to do is have a bill that getting out of here that doesn't go anywhere. We experienced that last time. We don't want to experience that again. We want to give flexibility to our states, and I think our panelists will give us a good idea of that, to address unique transportation needs. And we want to keep the federal interest focused on providing a connected network of roads and bridges to assure that all communities and the economy can thrive. We want to facilitate the efficient delivery of projects, a perennial issue, so that we can improve safety and resiliency of our surface transportation system. And we want to drive innovation. I think that's critical to help pave the way for the system of the future. As we will hear from our witnesses today, certainty of funding, consistency of regulations, and flexibility in tailoring investments to suit the diverse needs of state, rural, and urban communities is essential. In West Virginia, for instance, we need additional highway capacity and bridge improvements to improve safety and increase our efficiencies. Corridor H goes through the middle of our state, has been one of my biggest West Virginia transportation priorities. I've been working on this throughout my time in Congress. It is the last piece of the Appalachian Development Highway System needed to better connect West Virginia for interstate and intrastate traffic. Our job is to provide a policy and programmatic framework that recognizes the different transportation needs across the country while balancing important national goals. We also need to efficiently deliver projects that improve our roads and bridges. With an average of 7 years to complete an environmental impact statement for a highway project, surely everyone can agree that this process should be reviewed and improved upon. We know time is money, and the longer the time, the more money it costs, and the less likelihood it actually gets complete. We also know to look at other issues that can impact the delivery of projects and create a better process to move forward from concept to completion. For example, removing impediments to constructing reliable high-speed broadband across the country in concert with our road projects. We cannot afford to delay the benefits to states and communities that come from these projects. We should be forward-leaning in tackling the transportation needs not just of today, but those needs of tomorrow. Driving innovation will be critical to supporting the surface transportation system of the future. It will also aid our efforts to reinvest in our existing system. That includes cutting-edge technologies like the Virgin Hyperloop, which will be tested and certified in Tucker and Grant counties in West Virginia. I'm committed to working on these issues that are important to my friends on the other side of the aisle, and I know they're willing to do the same. There's a lot of common ground from both of our sides. We share the same goal, getting a bill across the finish line that delivers on addressing the transportation needs of our entire nation. I will add, I hesitate to do this because we've got a lot of good feeling going here, but to temper my
The ladies,
wait a minute, should I stop now?
Time's expired. No, go ahead.
I temper my optimism with a word of caution, particularly when I read this morning the words from the budget chair in the Senate on the direction this bill may go. The strong bipartisan support that exists for a surface transportation reauthorization bill and other infrastructure legislation should not extend to a multi-trillion-dollar package that is stocked full with other ideologically driven one-size-fits-all policies that ties the hands of our states and our communities. I look forward to being a partner in advancing infrastructure legislation in a bipartisan way. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing the testimony. Thank you.